Hey guys, welcome back to another sketchbook tour. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say about this one, except I started this one I think in April and I finished it in October. I can be slow and life can be crazy, which I'm sure you all know that, so let's just go ahead and jump right in, I should say. Okay. First things we got is the Halloween piece of my boys Connery and Landis as Frankenstein and a werewolf, which I was telling my friends, I'm like, he needs to get his act together because he's already a wolf shifter, so like, really a werewolf? How original. Anyway. Just a mixed media piece, I was kind of feeling it. I was experimenting with like handwritten type and I wasn't sure how I liked it, but I still kind of kept with it for a while. Yeah. This is fan art from a comic called Demon Cafe by my buddy Prince Curry. Y'all like to read it. He just got called to horror, and my buddy Connery, who I drew this fan art piece, was just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun comic. So it will make more sense once you actually read the comic, and you totally should because Prince Curry is awesome. More kind of like mixed media, just randomness and like more text playing. I'm not sure if I really like the way the positive and negative space is, but I don't know. I'll keep at it and see how I'm feeling later. Just some work doodles. I'm trying to do one project. You know that feeling when you're doing one project and then you get an idea for another project and you're just kind of like, well, damn, I guess we're here. So can I finish one before I move on to the next, please? Anyway, a tiny work doodle of Ray from my middle grades book, Threadbared. This one was more experimentation with mixed media, and I honestly kind of like how it looks, but I'm still not feeling the text, so I don't know if I'll ever go back and like adjust it or not, but we'll see. More Connery and Landis nonsense. Looking at it now, I'm like, damn, Connery is very tiny compared to Landis. Also, that shoulder looks very disconnected. Whatever. I do like this piece, this mixed media piece, with the text here. So, see what I mean? I'm going back and forth. Do I like the text? Do I not like the text? But, I don't know, it works in certain places. And here's one of those certain places. So, mission work. Just some random scrap paper and some random doodles where I was just like, I'm bored, I don't know what to draw, so started playing with markers and such. I honestly just really like the way that this scrap paper texture kind of looks after like so many days of just like ink, and yeah, so I just kept it up. More work doodles where I should be working, but I'm not, so what are you gonna do about it? Fan art from The Trouble Girls of Dragomir Academy, which was a book that I listened to not too long ago, and honestly a lot more fun than I anticipated. So I don't want to call it Dark Academia, but it kind of is Dark Academia. I don't know. It's still a good book. This is my girl Ray from Threadbared. She is incredible. I absolutely love her, and I hope a lot of people do too, if and when this book gets picked up. So fingers crossed, please. Another character from Threadbared, he is a side character who, you know, takes in the MC as like, it's like a mentor figure, but the problem is I kept drawing him and I was like, this is just Landis with less hair. And so I got mad because unintentionally I realized mutton chops are like one of my go-to character design traits things. I don't know why, everyone has a mutton chop. Why? So I tried to like change it up and like give him like a balding head, and I was like, that just does not look good, but I kept it anyway because why not? Another work doodle. This was a master study from, oh god, what's the French guy's name? Oh, I'll throw it up here if I can't remember, but yep, that was a study I did, and I actually liked it. I just didn't have my sketchbook with me, so that's why it's glued in here. More Prawns and Gilbert. I still need to finalize their story more, but I do kind of like the dynamic they have going so far. So we'll see if I actually ever get to finishing the draft of their book. So Oh, this made me so mad. This made me so mad. I went on Blue Sky, I think it was, and I was like, oh, this looks like a lovely picture. I'm just going to try to master stuff, you know, do a master study, because why not? And then come to realize, this idiot used AI to generate the image and then painted a copy of it and posted it online, and it's like, yeah, you did the painting, but you still had AI make the original source material. So, fuck you. Anyway, just Connery doodles, because why not? More Gilbert. I was trying to give him like oh god, what? Like the Ebenezer Scrooge pajamas, and I was like, that's kind of cute, but like I don't know. They're still rough, but I still kind of like them. I'm still trying to decide if I want to give him like a flat top hat or like a pointy droopy hat. I don't know yet. Speaking of Gilbert, I was really proud of this one I did. I was all caught up in the office, and I was like, I'm gonna doodle, and I did the doodle. I doodled, and this looks really freaking good. This was based off a song from Witches. I'm really proud of this piece. Like, I really am. I wish I could like recreate it, but like cleaned up a bit. Maybe one day. One day. Before I show the next piece, little context.
There are these creatures in my story called Agents of Chaos, and they take on many different forms. And one of them is animated portraits, like the ones you see like art galleries, except they have wings and they're alive. So yeah, I was doodling like concept art for them, and then I thought of a meme. I was like, my antagonist would absolutely do this.
You have my antagonist right here, Mr. White, going, "F you, my children are completely fine." The children. Like, hello? I'm sorry, this page just makes me laugh because it's like, it's a sketchbook, it's supposed to be silly, it's supposed to be like messy, so like, I don't know. And then we just have like, my boys just kissing because they're queers. I don't know. More cleaner versions of Agents of Chaos, so like, draft 1 and then draft 2, I guess. And I kind of like how crazy they look, so. And then we actually have Cole and Rory, who are two characters from another story that I'm writing. So I just, there's a lot of creative ideas happening, and that's why I love the sketchbook. This was Flo from Lockwood & Co. And funny enough, the wife, I believe it's the wife of the author of the Lockwood & Co. series, reposted this because they just really appreciated this Flo piece. So I listened to the first 2 books and they were fun. So like she was my favorite character. So, and I also kind of like what they did with like the live action. So I mean, it's a good series. I just didn't get around to finishing it. More Connery and Landis doodles. Like Landis just trying to enjoy his pipe after a long day, and Connery and the neighbor's cat are just like, hey, love you. More Connery, and more Connery and Landis in a hot tub, because why not? More experimenting with like this Ebenezer Scrooge aesthetic for Gilbert. I think he's gonna stick with this. I still don't know about the hat, but that's whatever. Prawns is of course just like gives a whole new meaning to let the forest in, huh? Which is an idea for these two about their story and how Gilbert is watching over a haunted forest that Prawns lives in, so it'll make more sense once I actually write the story. I was doodling around more characters from my book, Threadbared, and this is supposed to be Prince Galter, and I was listening to Oblivion Eyes, and I was like, oh yeah, Galter has like blackout eyes, so I was just like, oh, you know, so creative, you know, so. I'm not really liking like the ley lines I did from him, and this proportions are, but it's whatever. This is his father, King Lavin, my bad. And you know, I kind of like this design he has going. I mean, he's a little, you know, a little modest, but still like, hey, I'm royal. So, More character concepts from the other story that I was working on after I finished Threadbare. Right now the title is like Transcend to Knighthood, but I'm not really feeling that title, so I'm still figuring out. But we have Ekman, Rory, and Cole, so just not feeling it today or this day in the doodles. But you know, we all have it. We all have days like this. More nonsense between Landis and Connery, so. And yes, I'm a K-pop Demon Hunters fan, so love it. That's hence why there are the lyrics. So you come for me picturing my two OCs singing this song, I'm gonna call you out because like why are you attacking me?
I feel very attacked! Relax.
More just random work doodles. Again, more concepts from that other story when I should be finishing Threadbare. I also have a little cameo from Ennis. They are my first ever D&D character that I ever played in college. And they are a very tragic satyr wizard. More prawns from the other project that I haven't actually started, but it's whatever. But like I was debating, I was like, so prawns is gender fluid, essentially. So and they can change their form however they like. So I was like, with like different body types, so I was like, oh, maybe they have a heavier chest and like a heavier bottom, and these just look very lopsided. So we're still playing around with them, and one day we'll figure it out. I don't like these doodles with Connery. Like, I just... Ugh. We're just unable to doodle things, and yeah, not really much else going on here. I mean, Emily Blunt is beautiful, so had to draw her. Oh, this one. This was a master copy of a photo reference of a, oh god, I can't remember what the panel was about, but I didn't actually go because it was in New York. But it's Don Martin, Ryan LaSala, and Claribel A. Ortega doing a book interview, I think for Don's book, Verity Vox and the Curse of Firefox, I think the name is. Please don't come after me if I get the name wrong, but like, Kosoko Jackson took this photo, and I absolutely loved it. And I wanted to do a master study of it, so I think I'll try and include it somewhere here, and you can kind of see how I did. It's not great, but I still like it. More Peachtober doodles. So day 3 is slug, but you know, sluggish felt better. So Witchlings fan art, because I just really enjoy Claribel's book series. So we have Alric and Jonathan, and they're pencil doodles right now, but you can kind of see like what I was going for. I actually have a finalized copy of this that I'll put up here somewhere. So in my current campaign, I play Blick the Goblin, and canonically they have a pet skunk called Chicken.
Huh?
And our cleric is always concerned for Blick's well-being because, I don't know, humans and goblins' ideas of like normality are just different. I don't know. More Peachtober stuff. We have Gingham, we have Poppy, and then we have my two besties that I play D&D with a lot, Tony and Andrew, just got married this past year in October, and unfortunately I couldn't go because of work, time, and money. I do have a little bit of FOMO. Like a little bit. Okay, maybe a lot. But it's fine. So I took this doodle and I made it a more clean up version, which I'll throw up here so you can kind of see what we're working with. And then, yeah, that's the end of the sketchbook. Thanks so much for sticking around and viewing, and maybe I'll get some more done as I actually, you know, work through more sketchbooks. So, yeah, thanks a lot. See you in the next one.